What's up, boys? I've been a bit inactive from YouTube, but in today's call I'm dropping the exact advice on how I made over $45,000 in the past few months just from selling vendor links. Now this is one of the stores, it's got £28,000 and the other store's got £4,200. But in dollars, that's about $43,000 or $44,000. Quick side note, if you don't know what selling vendor links is, basically on TikTok there's a big community of people who do reselling. And when you do reselling, you obviously need the best suppliers with the cheapest prices with the highest quality. Now, we have access in the server, and obviously if you're a reseller you already have access to suppliers, but you can actually sell people a supplier's phone number for $20, and if you advertise that through TikTok they'll buy it without spending a penny on ads, without doing any of that. Now you see the Discord is what this is being recorded on, and yes, this was a live call that's available to everyone for free. And basically on the 21st of September, Sunday, we're going to do a live event where we're going to do a call, and we're going to be doing a giveaway at the end of the call which has a ton of prizes. We're giving out a girl account which has 1,000 followers, which means it's warmed up and you can start posting and you can start making money. We're also going to give out a bunch of other prizes, so you should definitely be there. Like I said, this is the advice that got me to $40,000 in the past 2 months, not even 2 months. It's the people that really take action on this, the people that actually listen closely, take notes, and actually take action that will make the most progress here.
Cheers, bro. Appreciate it. New little setup.
Yep.
Come on.
In the high-rise apartment. Let's go.
Let's go.
Or by girls on TikTok.
Yeah, I mean, it's paid for my rent for like a couple months, so I'll take that.
I'm gonna start off this call by explaining a little hack. Kinda, it's not really a hack, but it's a new winning content style for like the regular vendor selling accounts. So after that, I'll move on to the AI girls, but I'll just start with that. So basically, a series is a super powerful way to go viral, okay? Free content ideas, there's a lot of things that go into it. I'm going to explain it all now. And also, why you should be authentic, because there's so many people, I've mentioned this in a video, where they rent the cars, they just pretend they're like living this rich lifestyle from reselling. And it's just inauthentic. People don't really believe it, right? That's the old meta. Stop trying to be someone you're not, Basically, there's a type of person that usually goes viral, and they're called the underdog, right? The underdog is basically like a regular person, your average Joe, works a 9 to 5, goes to school, whatever, right? Anything. And the special thing about the underdog is that they're grinding, they're trying to make it. Okay, and when you post content as the underdog, you're way more likely to go viral because there's people who relate to you, right? Maybe they do similar things to you, they have a similar job to you, they're in school as well, they're your same age. Those people that relate to you will want to support you. They'll see you as like a friend, right? So everyone is an underdog in some way. Even if you've made 20 grand reselling, you're still an underdog. There's still people that have made more than you. So you still have a goal that you can set in your videos to try and achieve. You just need to figure out a goal you're going for and then document it, okay? Like I said, let's take Del Boy, for example. I'm going to pull up his TikTok real quick here. So he stopped posting for a while. He used to post back in the day, but he didn't actually sell vendors. Now, take a look at this. Every single video has no less than 15,000 views, right? First video, 300k. It's because so authentic, all right? He sets a goal, he has a purpose, and the content's just kind of interesting. People want to follow, they want to engage so that they can be brought back for the next part. Let's watch one of the videos.
Reselling until I turn 100 pounds into 10,000 pounds, day one.
So yeah, basically, it's just interaction. In this specific one, something controversial happened. The man hustled him. He was like, "Oh, I'll do it for a cheaper price. I'll do it for this." And people
Reselling
comment.
until I turn 100 pounds.
And people comment about that argument, right? The way she handed over the money, I hate when people haggle. So people have things to say, but also, they want to follow his journey. So that's just Del Boy's account, but I'm going to go deeper into how you can also recreate this if you were, on, making TikTok videos. By the way, don't have to show your face. Don't even have to talk, all right? Why is this always viral? Well, there's a few reasons. I've explained a couple before. I'm going to run it back, though. Similar to the girl method, people will watch content from people they look like or relate to, right? Meaning that the underdog method literally cannot get saturated because there'll always be people who are who you are more similar to than someone else, right? So let's say that Del Boy guy's video came up on their For You page. Maybe they would just scroll because they don't relate to it. Okay, they're like, I don't want to make this 10 grand. I want to make higher amounts of money, right? Your situation will attract a different type of audience. So just make sure in the video at the beginning you start with this, okay? A bit of info about yourself and then state your goal. So as you saw in his TikToks, it was like day one of trying to turning £100 into £10,000, right? That was his goal. And info about himself was it was a bit mysterious. You could all the context you got, he's just a regular, guy. Just a regular guy. Because he's not got a nice car, he's sitting in like a little Toyota, something like that. That subconsciously tells people that he's not very rich, he's trying to get up there. Now, a basic example, right? This is like a really interesting one. I've seen this go viral loads of times. I'm a 14-year-old reseller trying to make 10 grand, okay? The more specific you are on the info about yourself, the better. So in the hook, there's a bunch of different things you can talk about to attract this audience. So your employment or education. You could say, trying to make money reselling while working a job. Trying to make money reselling in college, in school, something like that. Your upbringing. So maybe, I don't know, if you had strict parents who didn't like you making money, so you have to do it behind their back. That's an interesting one. People want to stick around, see what happens. A country you're from, maybe if you immigrated from, I don't know, it doesn't matter, from Europe, from Asia, you could just mention that. You'd be like, yeah, something like that. And then age and life stage. So if you've got a family, I doubt anyone in here's got a family, but maybe someone watching the YouTube, if you've got a family, you could document like how I work a 9 to 5 and have a family and resell. I think that a lot of people will find that interesting, right? However, for most people in here, it'll be like, how I resell as a 16-year-old, how I resell as an 18-year-old, 20-year-old, right? Money in class. So you want to show like what background you come from. Were you like middle class or were you like really poor? Either one's fine. Either one will still go viral. You don't have to show yourself as someone that lives in the trenches, And then personality as well. You could like mention that you have ADHD and you always flip from one thing to another. People will relate to that. They'll want to watch. But anyway, next part of the hook, getting people invested in the journey. Okay, so this is about your goal. You want to have a goal, then give a real reason why you want to hit this goal. So, for example, you want to make 10 grand so you can pay a year of your mum's rent. Okay, that's wholesome. People want to stick around and they'll want to root for you just because of your goal, right? Or taking your girl on her dream vacation. That's another one. People want to see people like couple stuff, And also that's just quite a sweet thing to do. You're paying for your girl to go on vacation with her, right? And maybe getting your little brother a PS5 for Christmas. You could say, little backstory, my parents never really could afford to get us PS5s or the new console, so I'm going to try and make £500 in 2 weeks to pay for my little brother's PS5, right? That could be your hook. So how do you fit all of this into one sentence? I've covered so much, all right? I've said so much shit, so many different variables. How do you fit it all into one sentence? Well, a hook is supposed to be about 3 seconds long, so I'm going to give you a quick cheat sheet. It's basically a PDF file which you can go ahead and use to find the perfect hook for your situation. So I've actually done this. I'm going to show you guys a live demonstration on how to use this. So here, of course, we've got age. So I'm 17. Well, 18, just turned. And then ethnicity, don't know, white guy. From Birmingham. I go to college, I'm trying to make money reselling. Give me a viral hook idea for my TikTok series because I'm working towards a goal, right? A goal is of, I don't know, making £100,000 vintage reselling, all right? And then the reason for the goal, let's say, I don't know, to pay off my parents' mortgage. I don't know, that's a bit of a stretch, but if you say that, that could be interesting. Pay off my parents' mortgage. So we copy this, and then we stick this into ChatGPT. All right, send that in, and it will tell you a short, quick hook that you can say. I'm 18 from Birmingham, and I'm trying to make 100 grand reselling on Vinted, not to flex, but to pay off my parents' mortgage. Here's what happened today. You don't have to use exactly what ChatGPT says. You can do a variation, but it always gives a nice idea. It always gives a really, really nice idea. And then yeah, if you want any ideas for like goals, pay off your uni degree, pay off debt, 10K before Christmas, 100K in a year, and then reasons why as well, and some tips here. So I'll send that in the chat actually right now. Let me stick this. Hold on, let me just stop streaming for a sec. Yeah, you can sell the vendors on the Discord, Zico. I'm gonna quickly upload the cheat sheet here. You guys can use this. Zigja, he does go viral, but thing is, he was inconsistent. So if you take a look at his account, the videos are spread out by like 3 weeks. So it wasn't necessarily like a, what's it called, an ongoing series, right? 3 weeks delay in between each video. If back when he used to upload once a day, that's when he was doing the biggest views. But yeah, this is the cheat sheet. I'll stick it here. It's gonna get kind of repetitive. You can switch it up, bro. You can set new goals and do a new series. All right. People don't mind if something's repetitive, because think about it. From their perspective, you're 20 seconds of their TikTok scrolling, right? Let's say they go on TikTok for 2 hours a day, right? Your video will only come up for 20 seconds of their 2 hours. Okay. People don't mind seeing the same shit you posted yesterday again, as long as there's a slight variation, simply because that's your 20 seconds of their whole thing, right? People like being reminded of it. You can literally do this, the smallest change and it won't be repetitive. That's the beauty of TikTok, in my opinion. But yeah, why does it have to be a series? Ongoing stories are a type of content that actually usually go viral, to be honest. Super easy video ideas. Like, you don't have to think, okay, what am I going to film today? You just know, all right, today I'm going to do a meetup with this guy. It's going to be a skit, and I'm going to pretend I'm flipping these speakers, whatever. And then a very special algorithm boost happens when you do a series. The algorithm boost you get, basically, the algorithm loves it when someone sees your video and then swipes onto your account and then binge watches other videos. The nature of a series is, let's say you're on day 10, right? Someone will see that you're on day 10, they'll scroll to your account and they want to look at the other days, right? Or maybe if they're watching it, 3 weeks after you posted it, they'll swipe on your account and go look at what you're doing now. You see what I mean? So your average like viewership time from one person is going to be a lot higher than someone who doesn't have a series or like who doesn't have bingeable content. That's also why I was going viral. I made a playlist testing side hustles, so like from 1 to 20. People would literally go on that playlist and scroll through every single video for 20 minutes, right? And then each of those videos got 50k views minimum. It's mental, right? Having a series really helps with that. You get a massive push. But again, one thing to be aware of, you might not go viral on like the first post, or maybe even for like 5 videos, because you need to build up a collection of videos for people to actually go ahead and binge watch, right? That makes sense, I guess. And yeah, think of each series you post as like an investment. Sorry, not each series. Think of each video in a series as an investment. So yeah, that's all I've just, got for this call prepared on selling vendors on a personal brand. By the way, the girl section's coming now. Owen's going to fully explain, cover everything you need to know about the girl stuff that we've learnt recently. But yeah, go start a series and use the PDF guide that I put in the chat. If you're watching this on YouTube, I'll put it not in the description. I'll put it in the Discord. So if you join the Discord, go to a channel, it will be in that channel. But yeah.
What's up? Hope you enjoyed that one. In this live event on the 21st of September, I'm going to be going over the essentials for the future of selling vendor links, because as we all know, it's getting a little bit more difficult nowadays, but there's a few things you can do to secure yourself a solid next few months of big income. So definitely turn up to that free call on the 21st of September, Sunday. Join the Discord. The girl call is also in the Discord, where we go over how to sell girl vendor links on the female slideshow pages. That's a separate call. That was in the Discord. It's posted already, so as soon as you join, it'll be there for free. Go join now. Hope you enjoyed this one, bro.